Well, a very good evening on the 27th of July 26. Yes, the sky is it's offering what's going to be available for a long time, Andy. We've lost that blue sky that we got so used to. The clouds are much more atmospheric. They provide some sort of backdrop to lots of things, and the view is sometimes more exhilarating with the clouds. But being in Crieff, the wind that's blowing is, well, it's a lot chillier up here than it is down the valley. I dare say many people who had spent goodness knows how many weeks with their face stuck towards the widescreen television, perhaps. One of those bloody televisions that hangs off the wall like a picture. Great big bloody thing. If you pass anyone's house, it's got one. Any television, actually. It's like a bloody discotheque going on inside. A strobe light all flashing and stuff. You're not going to tell me that does your brain any good every evening. Plus all the bloody adverts. Very glad mine's not functional. But there will be a lot of people who have sort of looked out the back door this evening and probably thought to themselves, crikey, it's not like July. Well, you've missed it. You were bloody watching football. You've missed the summer. I dare say we'll get a return to some better temperatures. It's not terribly cold out. I mean, if you're in the wind, obviously it is chilling. Crieff is, as I said many times in this channel, the wind rarely stops blowing up here. It's one of the reasons I call up. I do enjoy watching the wind play. I had to get out of the house. I was feeling a rather element of cabin fever. I've been stuck indoors. Yesterday I started that load for the Loch Head Highland Games. I don't know if I'll probably pitch it up, but I don't know what happened. I sort of went on some sort of nostalgic trip on my upload in regards to my athletics, and I think what it was, I'd mentioned I was going to get that certificate of the half marathon, and I ended up unable to find it, and it caused me a great deal of stress. I started bloody going through everything, cupboards and boxes and everything. I spent most of Sunday looking for one certificate, one piece of paper, and could not locate it. And the more you try to look for something, the less likely you are to find it. And even if you do a bit of meditation, like for example, walk through the archway of any door, that will prompt your mind to flash back into where the last place that you saw it. But that didn't help either. So I've got no idea where it is, and one day it's going to pop up unexpectedly. Well, I'll probably announce that. So what I did was I decided rather than not, I'd started this addition to the end of the Loch Head Highland Games with some athletic stuff, and then I got carried away. And one of the oddest things about the whole thing, I don't mind sharing, is a piece of music that's attached to it, which I could never ever, decades and decades and decades, of having no knowledge of what the track was. I opened up my favourites on a secondary YouTube channel, and on the favourites was this track, and I thought, what's that track there? I pressed play, and there's the bloody track that, with the name. And strangely enough, I was talking about country and western music from Tin Out. I often listen to the Radio Nangel. Country and western is played on a Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Sometimes it is always played at 10 o'clock for an hour, but it's repeated on a Monday. It's either repeated on the Saturday and there's a fresh program on the Monday, but it's on twice a week, 2 days apart. I think it's generally on at 4 o'clock on a Monday. But the country and western segment, and then talking about reincarnation, well, that's the name of the track. Reincarnation by country and western. So I don't know why they've chose the name country and western for this vintage piece of music. And I can only, because it's got nothing to do with country and western, I can only assume that they wanted some radio play at the time, and thought if they slap it out with some bizarre name, they might not get any attention. That's all I can think of. But I was pleased as punch, but then I was mystified because I thought, how on earth did that piece of music get onto my favourites? And I've never played it. It's really a mystery, and it's really bizarre. So that also compounded, but I was pleased with that. So I zipped onto iTunes and bought the track for £1, so that I've got it, so that I can pop it on a CD and stuff in the future. So I was very, very happy with that situation, but not so happy about not finding my half marathon certificate, which is always, I mean, I must see that certificate at least 8 to 10 times a year, and yet the very day I'm looking to try and find it, it's not there. I find a lot of situations quite odd. There's another piece of music, equally, which I heard on Radio 3, BBC Radio 3's Late Junction, way back in 2003. I used to be an avid fan of that programme. So it was some very odd music they played, but some of it was very good. Anyway, I spent years and years and years writing to them, asking them if they knew that they couldn't help me. I tried everything. I searched everywhere for this piece of music. Not every day of my life, I have to say, but when I was in that frame of mind. And again, just by accident one day, I played a track, and it was on, what do you call it, not autoplay on YouTube. It must have been autoplay, yeah, because it then jumped to the next video. I don't do that now. I only watch one thing at a time. But I jumped to the next video, and I was in the kitchen, and I heard the music, and I thought, what on earth? And then I came through, I discovered it. And now I forgot the bloody name of some connection with prefab sprouts. It's an absolutely brilliant piece of music. And anyway, I'm drifting away, aren't I, with all these stories. Shut that door. Yes, Larry Grayson's Shut That Door. I was telling the story one time from Comrie at the shaky house. I never loaded it, but since I've shut that door, I may as well tell you this story once more, because there's no chance of me locating that after my hard drive issues, because I've been looking through things over the last 24 hours. It's very time consuming. Get on with the story, Andrew. Yes, well, I was in a pub when I was drinking, pre-lockdown era, and it wasn't in any of my regular drinking places. But anyway, I'd got myself settled at the bar and was drinking away, and some gentleman came in and chatted and joined. He said, "Would you like a drink?" I says, "Well, as long as I can get you one back." He says, "Oh, do you want a drink or not?" I said, "You give me stick it on the tap." And then he says, "Oh, well, I think I said to him actually, oh, that's not right. No, I'll just pour the pints. I'll guzzle it." And then I got, anyway, get on with the story, Andy. Come on. So, you got in a bit of, oh yes, that's what it was. When I got my wallet out to buy him a drink back, I says, "Is it, what whiskey is it?" She said, "Oh, just a grouse." "A low flyer," I said to him. He chuckled, as if he'd never heard the bloody phrase before. And I says, "Get the gentleman a low flyer and get me another pint, will you?" So then after that was all sorted out and cash was back in my pocket, my change and stuff, he came out with this ridiculous story. I don't remember I do recall the advert, but I never ever remember having it attached to my mind as a humorous thing. But he relayed this to me in such a way that he thought this was hilarious. He said, "I tell you, have you ever seen the famous grouse advert?" See, this is why I used to go to the jukebox, because I used to get pissed off with people's conversation. But anyway, he said, "Have you seen that famous grouse advert?" I says, "Remind me what it goes like." He said, "Oh, it's just a little bird, it's just on it, and it walks past, and he's like that. Ding, 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 ding. I'm going to try and find it on YouTube and put it on the description box below. I'll put the link in. Anyway, I said to them, I thought I'd better not be rude. I says, "Oh yeah," that is quite good the way that's been put together. And he probably saw the lies through my breath. But honestly, I wanted to say, "Oh, come on, fuck." But I thought quickly, how shall I get on back? I said, "I'll tell you what I thought was really funny. Do you ever remember Larry Grayson on Saturday night television?" She said, "Oh yeah, how could I forget that?" I said, "I thought that was brilliant when he used to say, 'Shut that door.'" And that guy had the same expression as I had when he told me about this advert with the grouse. Ding, 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 diddly ding, ding, ding. When I said to him, "Oh, Larry Grayson, shut that door." because I chuckled. I wasn't actually laughing about Larry Grayson. I was laughing about the fact that this guy thought that I thought this was highly amusing. Yeah, it's very strange what goes on in life, isn't it? It's very strange you remember these things, Andy, when you're half pissed. No, I've never been so pissed that I can't get off the stool and walk smartly home. No. I don't think that's absolutely correct, Andrew. Oh well. I was thinking also, that light's not very great, is it, Andy? Put it this way. No, I don't know. I think the clouds are more atmospheric. Yeah, it's thinking of, because most people have at some point in time got to go to the shop, haven't they? And I've mentioned before that shops are nowhere as friendly and as accommodating as they used to be. Nowhere near it. And the proprietors would spend a lot of time with you chatting. And anything you would buy, they would have it on discussion. Whether it's the butchers or the bakers or greengrocers or just any place you were shopping, there was a long chat before the purchase was made. I miss that. So I'm looking to try and rekindle this in some way. And I was thinking of maybe starting in the co-op in Crieff. Probably do that maybe, what time's the last lottery draw? 7:30, isn't it? Yeah, maybe go down about 7:20 or something. And I'll maybe get some bacon, yes. I'll get some bacon. And approach the checkout. Bacon and some Rice Krispies for some variety, some Kellogg's Rice Krispies. And we'll get to the checkout, or the tobacco part, which is more convenient than the checkout. Because I never use those bloody self-service things, because I can't stand the damn noise. I can't stand the noise, especially in Morrison's. That'd drive anyone off the bloody nut. Listen to that all day. If you work in Morrison's and you're in close proximity to that in fact, Tesco's just as bad. Any of these places that have got that self-service for your beep, beep, beep. Yeah. Item in, what do you call it? Unattended, no. Or something about in bagging area. And fucking hell, that's why I don't use it. I've used it once and I just hate it. I used it once in Morrison's and I said, never again. In fact, I gave up halfway through. There was a gentleman in there that night and I saw him, his blood was starting to boil, his face was growing beetroot with anger and frustration. And eventually, I saw the guy. I knew that he was going to flip. And eventually, he did. That's exactly what he did. He threw his basket of groceries all over the bloody floor of the shop, and marched out. And not long after that moment, I was having difficulty myself and pressing for service assistance. They weren't coming fast enough, and I walked away as well. But I didn't throw my stuff on the floor of the supermarket. But anyway, get back to your story about what you're going to do at the co-op, 7:20 on a lottery night. Any lottery night, Euro Millions or Lotto. And I'll approach the Yeah, that's what it's saying. The tobacco area was much more convenient rather than going to the checkouts. And oh yes, well, yeah, lost me because it's at the tobacco part, isn't it? Yeah, so we'll get on with the story. I will produce onto the council a large package with smiley faces on it with Rice Krispies, and then a lump of bacon I'll chuck down on the counter too. And as she's beeping that, I'll say, can you answer a question for me? Have you any idea if these Rice Krispies are made in the UK or they're made in the USA? I just know for a fact whoever's on, oh, I don't know. Well, could you find out? And you can almost feel the ripples of the fucking hell right along the checkout queue, the booth queue. Oh, hurry up, mate. And then the assistant will say, what do you need to do for? I said, oh, well, I just wanted to know. I'm buying a product. I want to find out if it's made in... I said, what I can tell you is Rice Krispies were first first developed and produced in the state of Michigan, in the USA, back in the late 1920s. And I wanted to know if they're still made there or they're made in the UK. Very simple. And she'll go on that speaky thing in her mouth and go, speak to the manager or whoever. And she'll go, but we don't know. I said, well, somebody must know. By this time the clock's ticking about, it's 4 minutes past 7. And then I was, put the bacon, as I said, the bacon, boop. Is that everything you need? I said, no, that bacon you've got, see that bacon? I said, what does it say on there? Does it say British pork or is it made in Denmark? It should have a flag for Denmark. Or it might just say product EU or something. Oh, what's this for? I want to know. I'm going to be eating bacon. I want to know if it's Danish bacon or if it's just a general EU produce, or is it home pigs from the UK? Does it tell you which farm? Is it from Wiltshire, for example, or Dorset? Or is it from Denmark, more specifically? So I can't really see on the package. It's just got a Union Jack on here. It said produced in the United Kingdom, UK. Oh dear. Well, I don't want that. I only want Danish bacon. Yes, the Danes were big in bacon when I grew up. I never had a problem with Danish bacon. Do you want the Rice Krispies or not? Well, yeah, but I want to know if they're still produced in Michigan. Do you want the bacon? No, I don't want the bacon if it's UK. I want Danish bacon. Can I get you to hurry up because there's other people want to get served? Don't speak to me like that. I said, I'm a customer. Not only that, I've got shares in the co-op. There's a big sign outside that says this store is owned by its members. I'm a member of the co-op, so I should get it for nothing. In fact, if I filled my trolley and I was wheeling it out through the doors and some person put a hand on my shoulder saying, "Stop, you thief," I would turn around and say, "Oh, no, 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 you've got it all wrong. I'm a co-op member. I'm entitled to take this stuff. I'm a member of the co-op. It's mine." But this time, and the story is that by having that sort of debate and confusing conversation with his assistant, some well, somebody would obviously lose the rag because it's oh, thanks fucking very much, mate. I just missed the lotto draw. Thanks very much, eh? Well, you've had all bloody week. You've had all day. What have you been doing all day? Working. Oh, well, you worked too hard. Time did you get up this morning? Yeah. At what time? 6:15. Crikey, I was still in dreamland. What did you have for your tea last night? Oh, I can't wait to try this out down the co-op. I'm gonna perfect it. I think I'll take 3 products. Yeah. Jam, bacon, because bacon have to be bacon. Jam and no. I don't know, Andy. Jam? No. We'll work it out, sir. We'll work it out, Andy.